Pronto Sebastian?
Car broke.
Understandable, have a great day. Svignala.
What the f*** are we doing here?
Well, this lobby has some potential, doesn't it? What is up, guys, and welcome back to another F1 2020 video. Today we are doing some online gameplay. I think this is the second video I've done online, and it's crazy. Like, I've done very minimal amounts of running online in this game, but the races that I do end up doing turn out to be absolute bangers. And this kind of video is no exception. When we get to the Brazilian Grand Prix after this race, we just have an amazing race. This one is pretty good too here in Austria. 5 red lights, and we are underway for the Grand Prix of Styria. Yep, okay, that's what we're going to call this Grand Prix now, down to P20, even getting bad starts in the online realm of things, but we are away. We're going to ghost through that Williams and nab the inside if we can. Now, how are we going to place our car heading into turn 3? It all depends on where everyone else goes, to be honest. It's all just kind of reaction, a bit of congestion on the exit of turn 3, though. There's cars literally going everywhere. I need about 8 sets of eyes to keep an eye on everything. But thankfully, we kept the right line, and we've gone from P20 to P7 in a matter of only 3 corners. So I will absolutely take that. Next up, we've got another Williams. Let's see if we can dispatch of him pretty quickly. Only 5 laps to get through the fields, and there are some pretty pacey boys in this lobby as we slice up the inside of the Williams. They're a bit of a risky move, but it has worked in our favor. There was a Renault who was briefly in front of us. We negotiate them. Bit of a drag race into the last 2 corners. The Williams has the corner, has the position, and yeah, it's been a pretty successful first lap. We've got a Haas driver trying to range up onto the back of us. This is a random starting grid. There's a few kind of esportsy level people here, people that are my pace or maybe slightly quicker, so, and they're kind of at the front, so it is our goal to get to them if we can. We get up the inside of our teammates, and that is us inside the top 5 now. We're just following this VSR Antoine guy through the field, and it seems to be working out quite nicely as we fast forward into hyperdrive mode. That is 1. Get ready. That is 2 warnings in 2 corners. This is a very sloppy lap from me here, and we're about to make it 3. Not here. I mean, somehow we got away with it, but here, this is our 3rd warning, and that is a penalty. Unfortunately, on strict corner cutting rules, and we got like we got 2 warnings for 1 corner there. I think a warning on entry and then a warning on exit of turn 1, so that was unfortunate. We get up the inside of Antoine here, and we're right on the range of getting the top 3 guys, but then we understeer into his path and lose a bit of time.
Nice work, that brings you up the place.
Let's have a little replay of that. I didn't intend to squeeze him out as much as I did. I was full lock to the right, and I was just getting a wall of understeer which pushed me into his path, Lewis Hamilton, Alex Albon style. But that was the race. I got into P4, and then I was slightly catching the leaders who were all battling, but I couldn't catch them by enough. I just ran out of time, essentially. And then the penalties, speaking of time, really screwed us over there, dropping to P7 in the end for this Austrian Grand Prix. Where is the Styrian Grand Prix, Codemasters? I want to play it. If it's not here, I'll be very disappointed. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next race. This is the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the one which I'm sure you guys, this is the reason why you tuned into this video, because this is quite a nutty race. 5 red lights, and away we go for the final race of the video. We're using overtake right from the outset here off the start. We are not losing a position into turn 1. Going to be nice and aggressive up the inside of our teammates. We've got a bit of a squeeze there. I don't think he knew I was there. We've got an illegal overtake penalty as well, which, oh, it's a warning, but I am not going to give that up, because who the hell knows where that Tej guy is. We could potentially drop down to last and still not have given up enough time. So we're going to take the penalty, and we're just going to march on in this Grand Prix. Random starting order, but I tell you what, we've kind of been screwed over with the starting positions in a lot of the races I did in this lobby. I did a few more races, and you might see them later. But I also got dreadful starting positions in those as well. It was just full of script. But yeah, it's been a good start. We've made up a few positions. We do have the penalty looming over our head. Let's hopefully get some track position, build out a gap, and come away with something respectable in this Grand Prix if we can. Setting up the Mercedes out of Zhongzhou. Let's see if we can use overtake to slide up the inside into turn 1. I've already used up my ERS allotment for this lap, so that's why you see the red X in the center of your screen. I can no longer deploy ERS for this lap until I cross the line. But we start lap 2, and we are ready to rumble again as we see a Renault get spun out there at the center S's. We get a nice run on the Mercedes. We could get Luca as well into turn 4. This is all starting to open up for us here now in this Brazilian Grand Prix. Do we go lead unbraked? Yes, and the racing point in front of us was really blocking us in. It allows the Mercedes to have a little go at us once again. Back up into overtake, back down to medium, trying to find an avenue past these guys, and it's absolutely intense around here in Interlagos. We see the Mercedes diving for the inside. I'm trying to go for an alternative line. We get tagged, but we're still pointing in the right direction. It's side by side with the Mercedes. I still can't shake this guy. There's too many people around us. It's rush hour traffic here, down here in Sao Paulo. But come on, stop attacking me, please, and let me move on to the next guy. I think we got a hit into the final corner there, which has really screwed up my exit. This guy is doing absolutely everything he can to disrupt my flow and my rhythm. I am out of battery now, so I am just at the mercy of those behind me. I'm going to go late under brakes to try and defend. Looks like we have done so. He's still there on the outside. Turns to the inside for the next right-hander. Thankfully, he backs out of it. 2.5 laps to go in this race, and let's see if we can finally mount a challenge for the top 5. They're battling so much. I just need a clean couple of corners, and I can start to build some momentum. The Alfa Romeo spins out. See you later, pal. That relinquishes the Mercedes to get back up into P7. Look at these guys up ahead, fighting tooth and nail. Dive bombs left, right, and center. They're battling so much, it's hard to get in there, if that makes sense, because they're all fighting up the inside, Alex Albon style. No, that was Hamilton style, shall I say. It was 3 wide through there briefly. Somehow we all managed to negotiate that. What is this race? What is this race? Let's see if we can go up the inside here, and then we'll punch it with ERS on exit. We have saved up a little bit, so let's deploy it now as we are getting ready to head on to the penultimate lap. We will have DRS on this lap now, and this is where things get really crazy. To the inside, outside, they've all spun each other out, and we're up in a P2 in this Brazilian Grand Prix. That has just absolutely worked out in our favor. I just picked the outside line at the perfect time, and yeah, we're through. We've still got an angry train behind us. However, I don't have DRS, I don't have slipstream, and I don't have battery. I'm a sitting duck. So it's back to the drawing board as the Mercedes gets up my inside. Once again, side by side as we head through the middle sector. Who the hell is going to finish in P2 in this race? I cannot call this. I cannot call this at all. If only I would have had track position heading into this middle sector, we would have been able to pull away. It's just I ran out of battery at the most unfortunate time, and now we're stuck behind this guy again. He's literally all over the... Get on with it, mate! Come on! What is this? Oh, that's so frustrating. I'm that Mr. Bean gif, stuck behind an old lady, going down the stairs, and he's got the elbows out. The world's widest Mercedes this is. DRS. I'm out of battery. I can't really do much, so I'm going to go to the outside. I've run out of overtake, and now it's 3 or 4 wide heading into turn 1 on the last lap. It's still 3 wide at turn 1 in the S's, and we have just about made it through. But guess what? I've still got no battery. I have still got no battery. We're going to defend the inside, see if we can hold on to this, heading into the middle sector for the final time. We're in a slightly better position than last lap. We squeeze out the racing point, and it looks like we might finally, if we can negotiate the fast double right-hander. Don't overtake me around the outside. Yes, we've got some track position. I'm out of breath. I'm honestly out of breath, guys. This is insane. But we're through. It's P2. We just got to hold on for a couple more corners. We're not going to deploy any overtake just yet. We're going to hopefully hold the brake a little bit longer into some braking zones and build up that ERS allotment. Final corner, the final proper corner. It's not a great exit, but those guys behind me have absolutely shut the bed. I think they've just got tangled up with each other, and that's allowed me to run away, which is exactly what happened to Viesoir Antoine in this Grand Prix. It is P2 on track, but the thing that undid us was turn 1. That illegal overtake penalty. We do get driver of the day, but it is little consolation. I think we got P4 in the end, and this is why. So let me know down in the comments what you think of this. I was aggressive into turn 1. I got squeezed off track by my teammate, and because I was off track for that brief moment, I overtook someone who ran wide at turn 1, and I could never give the place back. Otherwise, I'd lose so many spots. Let me know if you think that was fair or if that was justified. I'm kind of on the fence about that because I was aggressive. But either way, fabulous Grand Prix. I think we're racing with some of the Spanish guys we raced within the other online video the other day. So it's been an absolute pleasure to race with these guys, and I look forward to hopefully doing a little bit more of it in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more racing game content. I'm doing a giveaway on my social media, Twitter and Instagram. So go follow those, or just go check them out and you can find out a little bit more about it. And yeah, I will see you guys for a brand new video very soon.